Hello, everybody. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. I got a real interesting story for you tonight. Talking about the back door being kicked in, or proof found that the back door was kicked in the month that the last homeowner died here. This is something I really hadn't focused on much, so you might find it new and interesting. And I first looked this home on October 1st, 2008 with my realtor Jeaneen Pruitt. The dates are important. October 1st, 2008. As I walked around, I was taking pictures, and I just happened to get a picture of the back door. That is important because it proved that there was nothing wrong with the door at this time. As seen in the picture, you can see the doorknob, okay? And that's what I have down here. I'll show you. This was on the first day for me to look at this home. That's my realtor right there in the back by that door right there, and I have the arrow pointing right at the doorknob. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Interesting, where she's standing is also where I was later shot, and that's exactly where I shot. And then here, I'm going to go on and read this here in a minute, but the home inspector documented on the home inspection report it was on the 28th when we looked at the house, or we inspected the home, that the laundry door had a hole in it, and basically that doorknob had been kicked out. There was a hole there where the doorknob was at, because I was there with the home inspector, so I saw it myself. And so anyways, on January 28, 28 days later, I drove over from Hobbs, and I met Perkins Brasher here. He was the home inspector, and we found a hole where the doorknob was at 28 days earlier. That's documented on the report. As shown below, this was documented on the report, and it proves that somebody kicked in the door during this month. I think we can all agree to that, right? Mike Lawhon, the 27-year-old homeowner and father of two small boys, had died on the 12th. So Mike died during that month when that door was kicked in. I was told that he was telling his friends about people breaking in this home before he died, which were the same crimes I was reporting before, during, and after I was shot with my phone lines cut. Crimes that still go on to this day, my home and many other homes. I'm guessing that Mike's killers kicked in this door, chased him down, and injected him with a lethal dose of Darvocet. That's what he died from per his death certificate. Then they flew him to Fort Worth so he could be found dead at his mom's house, okay? That way there wouldn't be an investigation at his home, which would be important since the next week the 2008 Permian Basin International Oil Show started, and the wild and infamous oil show parties were being held in the underground home in the backyard. I was then chosen to buy this home as I was moving in from out of town, and it wouldn't be the wiser. The ex-wife told me that I was chosen. That worked great until I figured out that somebody was breaking in this home, and then my efforts to stop those crimes resulted in them trying to murder me and leaving me crippled. I suspect the same people that murdered Mike Lawhon also tried to murder me, with both of them covered up by the secret police. I mean, they cut my phone lines. This was a premeditated murder attempt when they tried to kill me. Somebody should check and see if a plane from Midland to flew to Dallas-Fort Worth on the night of October 12, 2008. That's when Mike died. That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing oil man flew him up there because it'd be faster. My guess is it was a plane owned by a wealthy oil man. Several times I've told the story of putting electricity on my bedroom doorknob on January 14, 2012, 2 weeks before the murder attempt on my life. And my belief that the landman attorney, Matt Hyman, died after being electrocuted here. He grabbed that doorknob, had electrocuted, is what I believe. His friends sat there, instead of calling 911, they let him die. That's what I really think happened, because they didn't want to get busted. Well, the reason I did that was because I was worried they were going to kick in the door and kill me, like I believe happened to Mike. That's why I put electricity on the doorknob that night, is because I was worried they were going to kick in the door, because I'd found that doorknob kicked out when I first moved in. They're literally killing one homeowner after another, and there's nobody to stop them regardless of the proof or evidence found. It's just so frustrating to not have any law enforcement. Okay, there ain't many comments, and this will be over. A former neighbor, Marilyn DeLuigi, told me twice that Mike died in this house, and she also said that somebody else died here before him. I googled his name and found that the Odessa American posted a death notice saying they died in Fort Worth, but then 4 days later they posted a second death notice and changed the location of death to say he died at his residence. That's just totally unheard of. Change the location of death. which was this home in Midland. They said he died at his residence, this home. This confirmed what Marilyn told me twice, that Mike died here. That's what she said. But his death certificate says he died at his mom's house. That's why I think he was flown from Midland to Fort Worth. Okay, there he is. He's a young man. Had two little boys, and married to Sarah Buchanan, and then his sons, I think Ethan, Ezekiel, and Logan Keith. Mother Sarah, and her father David Buchanan. I met him when I first looked at this home. Sue Tennis was his mom, and she's now dead. She died of cancer. And she's the one. That's where it was his house. Sue used to work for Clayton Williams. I think that managed his bar or something, and then the Susan McGaina, and she's the one that called me. She told me that they had a brother named Brian Tennis. He was right below it, and said Brian Tennis was a big Kansas City Chiefs fan. I found a Kansas City Chiefs cap under the cabinet from where I was shot, and that was the brother. And then also I documented talking the brother on Facebook, and he was telling me I think there was some kind of confrontation with a gun or something, that I had to talk him down, is what she said. I've got a print screen on it. It's not posted here. I tried to get the police reports from my home before I moved here, and specifically for the day that Mike died, but the city of Midland and Texas Attorney General Greg Paxton denied me access to the police reports for my own home. I suspected these reports may help prove that Mike did die here, just like the neighbor Marilyn DeLuigi said, and the Odessa American confirmed. Okay, and let me show you here. This is where the first responder records request. There's the request number. Please send me records for calls to my home 3802 transferred into town around November 1st, 2008. I'm interested in any records for the previous homeowner, Mike Lawhon. This 27-year-old father died a few weeks before I bought this home, and I suspected that he was murdered by the same people that shot me. And they said, nope, we ain't going to show you the records for your own house. That's right. I kid you not. And I appealed to the Texas Attorney General, and he upheld their decision to withhold the police reports for my own home that I believe may prove Mike Lawhon was murdered here. Multiple people are documented saying that secret $1 million underground homes are here, including the guy that was running for Midland Sheriff, who I secretly recorded. In addition, Google Maps was showing a large building in my backyard on the map screen that wasn't seen on the sat screen or from above ground. Obviously, this is where one of the underground homes is located. I believe this is where the oil show parties were held the week before Mike Lawhon died, and I was told the week after Mike Lawhon died. And I was told about a young girl that was murdered at a 2010 oil show party by my friend Angie. She was driving 5 minutes from my home. I told the city of Midland about this, and it was deleted a week later. But as seen, I have screenshots of it and videos. This is my home from the satellite screen. Basically, you just put the address 3002 Fair Circle, Midland, Texas on Google Maps. So this is Google Maps. And Google Maps lets you switch from the satellite view over to the map view. On the map view, you could see a large building in my backyard, but you couldn't see it from above ground on a satellite screen. Okay, that's what I notified the city of. I said multiple people are saying that underground homes are here, and here Google Maps shows a big building in my backyard, not seen from above ground. And a week later, it got deleted. I kid you not. Proven fact. When looking at historical Google Earth maps, I saw where the asphalt behind the Home Depot store was a different color, which convinced me this was a tunnel going from that store to my house. I call this the human trafficking murder tunnel. This is what I showed Homeland. Okay, because see that black building on the top, that's the Home Depot store, and you can see where the asphalt's a different color. What they cut it. Okay, so they dug that, and I call that a ditch. And I just extended it out, and there it goes, right to my house. You know, it ain't 20 foot away. 25 foot, 30 foot, I don't know how much, but maybe more, 45 foot, I guess, I'm not sure. Anyways, it goes right to my den. And then I've got a lady recorded saying, it's at your den. It goes to your den. That's what she said, you know. And I said, den? You know, I have a phone call saying that recorded, posted on YouTube. And look at that, it goes right to my den. Okay, I believe, and right here in the backyard's an underground home, and and they were parking over there, coming over here, and this is where the little show party was. And when the girl was murdered, I believe they all used that tunnel right there, and that's what was covered up with concrete after I showed Homeland. I think they were literally trying to cover up a capital attempted murder, and maybe be charged as such. And so, anyways, Buddy Way, Midland, Texas.